Well. Good afternoon slash evening, everybody. This is your boy D Cock back with his boy Reggie King of the Troll Psych for a new, wonderful, strong episode. Biased with a little bit of truth. I
A
mean, it's
lot
gonna
of
be a
truth.
little
A
bit of truth.
lot of truth. A lot of truth. A
We'll let
lot of
y'all
truth.
we'll let y'all make the determination that after
A,
about an hour and 20 minutes. We'll see what y'all say. Hey,
a
before we
lot
do
of
all
truth.
that, hey, I got an announcement I want to make. I want to talk about our sponsors. We're talking about Matt Gaddis, all your State Farm needs, insurance, fire, health, auto, renters insurance. Matt Gaddis is your guy. 317-894-3865. Second up, wire to the nines, wireless cameras, wireless something, internet, whatever you need. If your fire stick is spinning, if you need an upgrade in your internet, wire to the nines is your spot. And then last but not least, Big Z Sports Grill. As you all aware, I made a electronic post yesterday about us having another live show at Big Z's July 25th at 7 p.m. There's going to be more to talk about as the weeks go on with that. We're really excited about it. Partnered up with Pacers Entertainment. We've got some fever tickets. They're going to be passing out and some gear that's going to be passed out. It's going to be fun. But again, I don't want to belabor the point. Today is June 30th. Today is NBA Day. Today is MLB Day. And we're going to talk a little bit about everything. So welcome to the show, Reggie. I'm going to let you start a little bit so I can get the little Visine out of my eyes so I can open my eyes up a little bit better. So,
That's probably you doing a whole lot of crying because LeBron James is leaving L.A. That's probably what it is. You know that's one of your favorite players, okay?
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah. Uh, last week, my buddy Lee got on me, and people got me because I'm looking to the left, looking at my screen. I don't have a teleprompter in front of me. Be quiet. Let me talk. Be quiet. So I'm probably going to be looking over there again today because we got a lot of breaking news going on. But we're going to start this show off today. We're going to talk about why me and you actually agree with Major League Baseball being the strongest sports union there is. Out of hockey, football, basketball, soccer, I don't care what the union is. Major League Baseball really has it going on, and their players, they will stand up to management who are making billions and everything. And let's talk about that stuff before we get to the NBA breaking news and all that. Let's start off like that.
Well, that's cool. I've been on that soapbox, man, for the longest. I've been dogging the NFL out about how weak they are and all of this. And one of the things we've been talking about, kind of doing some work on it. As a Major League Baseball, the big thing is, are the owners going to lock those players out? They're going to show them players who the boss is. Those are those young heads who wasn't around in '94 when the players said, "Hold my beer, cancel this World Series." The MLB union is not only the best sports union in America, it rivals UAW. Those dudes don't play. They don't play, and everybody talks about, they need a salary cap. What they need. Players said, you know what? Y'all mind y'all business. We're gonna get our uncapped money. We're gonna get 10-year deals. We're gonna get deferred money, and we're gonna do those things. Now all of a sudden, now the owners say, we can get a floor. Well, we can reduce the rounds to 12, and we can reduce this. Keep coming, because again, if you want the players to agree to a cap, like I said 6 months ago, not only do you add a floor, your revenue sharing better increase, because that's the only way it's going to happen. So
I think right now they're looking at 50-50, though. I think they're looking to do a 50-50 right now. But I don't want to cut you off. I'm just letting you know. That's the rumor I heard.
No, you're smart. But I think it's going to have to be more than that if you're talking about a cap. You're talking about
in favor of who? In favor of who?
In favor of the players, of course.
Yeah.
Because if you want a cap, if you want to reduce the draft, if you want to create an international draft, all these things that the owners are saying, you got to give more than just be flush even. And I don't know what it's gonna shake out to at the end of the day. But I will say this in the favor of the owners. These players today are the young heads. So you get that. You know how it is. Solidarity, right? You got to have that solidarity. And some of these young heads maybe want to be looking out for themselves.
Let me cut you off real quick. Your little groupie, Alabama champion, has just joined the chat, talking about the Sorry Saints. So I'm just going to send a shout out to his Sorry Saints, James, Team Hoppin'. But welcome to the show, Alabama champion. And I'm going to troll the heck out of you. You're the first time to the show. So yeah, but my bad. Go ahead and continue your point, man.
But the thing is, solidarity is important. You know that. All it takes is a little bit of a splinter, and things could change. But even with all that, and even with all the young head mindset, it's still the MLB union, the strongest union in the country, and we're going to find out. Yeah, you may lock them out. That's fine. Lock them out. Let's see what happens. And if they agree to a cap, just know this. The players are still going to be winning because there's going to be a floor involved as well.
I think the only cap Major League Baseball is going to agree to is going to be for the owners of the teams like the Cincinnati Reds, the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, those teams that don't spend those tax dollars that they get back on their players. So I can see a lure where this team has to spend this much money on players. But I find it hard to believe that the players actually going to give into a hard cap. Something else the owners want, they don't want 10 and 15-year contracts. They want a 4 or 5 year contract. And the player's like, oh, no, y'all trying to cut us out of money. Our money guaranteed. You better give me that O'Shea team money, $800 million over, 10, 15 years? I forget what it is.
Well, Soto is 12 years as well. But Soto's going to be a DH in 3 years, and he'll have 7 years left.
Hey, man, if the owners going to spend this kind of money, hey, Cincinnati, you got to spend money to make players. I'm not saying you got to spend that kind of money, but stop. The owners of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, stop pocketing the money and make your teams competitive. The Tampa Bay Devil Rays won a World Series. In the next season, they traded all the good players that got them there, that won them the chip, because they didn't want to play them, which I thought was stupid. And there's something else I think somebody else got a strong union is the hockey players. I'm not sure, but I think their money is also guaranteed.
Yeah,
I could be wrong. I need to Google that. But
their money isn't what it is, or their money isn't what the baseball players and even NFL players, and NBA players are making. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That difference there. Gary Bettman has come a long way as the commissioner of the NHL. I remember when he first came on board, and he didn't even know the players' names. He was calling guys by the wrong names. They was clowning it. So he's come a long way. Gary Bettman has. But back to the union piece. The other thing with this, I did a show some weeks ago, and 8 teams. So the projected a proposal by the owners was a cap and a floor. They're currently, as it stands, I want to get my numbers wrong because I'm trying to go off of memory, but the cap they were looking at 160-ish million for a cap and about 112 for the floor. So they had 8 teams that were above the cap, 12 teams below the floor. So it ain't the cap, it's the floor. You got more teams that are paying less. And you talk about Cincinnati, but it's Kansas City. It's the old school Oakland. Many teams, right?
Yes.
And you got
Florida Marlins.
Teams. Yeah.
Colorado Rockies. I'm sure.
Yeah. 12 teams. 12 teams, Reggie.
I can almost name 4 of them: Dodgers, Yankees, Boston, Mets. I can't think of the other. Houston. There's got to be 3 more.
The Cubs. Yeah. I want to say the Nationals. I'm trying to go off of memory. Nationals.
The Nationals are spending money?
San Francisco Giants. But it was 8 of them. It was only 8 that were above the cap, but 12 below. So people, all those people out there in the internet world, all of y'all that are screaming cap, cap, cap. What are you going to talk about those teams, those 12 teams that are below the projected floor? Floor. Y'all say cap, I say floor.
Right.
So I think that's the difference, man. For me, in the NBA. So I'll give you an example. If the team in the NBA is below their floor, under the cap, whatever that dollar amount is, whomever's on the roster come 1 January, those players split that difference. So teams have to spend it anyway. So say for your cap is $200 million, but you and your salaries are $170 million. That's $30 million that's going to be split amongst those players that are on that roster in January. It's split flesh, right? So that's what you get when you have an opportunity like that, right? You have what's up, Dana, and you had that opportunity, and that's important, right? Because that's where that floor comes. Yeah, owners, they're going to spend that money because they got to give it to those current players.
Right.
So it's a lot to be had.
So my problem is all these haters out here. When the Stankies, my bad, your team, the Yankees were paying over the salary roll. When they were playing, getting all these players, wasn't nobody crying about the Stankies doing.
Everybody was crying, man. Stop. Here comes the bias.
Let the Dodgers get.
Everybody's complaining about the Yankees.
Let the Dodgers get 2 championships in a row, possibly 3. Now everybody want to talk about a higher salary cap.
You know what you are? You're a professional victim. That's what you are.
Man, I'm not a victim.
You were yapping at me about the Yankees. What are you talking about? Now all of a sudden, did you hear me complain about the Dodgers? No, because I love it.
Oh yeah, you complaining because we won 2 chips. Maybe not about the salary cap.
What was my complaint?
Maybe because you don't like the Dodgers. I know. You bum, you and Eric Gordon. So y'all get on my nerves. But the possible 3-time world champion.
Wait. No, I'm going to cut you off. No, I'm going to cut you off. You just said Eric Gordon. We ain't talking about the NBA player. Eric Gordon.
Eric Gordon, you know what, man.
Hey, I'm sitting there for Eric.
Hey, man, I got an attitude with him anyway because he put me in a Yankees cheerleading outfit. So this AI stuff's got to stop. I'm going to put a trademark on my name and my likeness. And I'm going to start suing you guys. I'm going to start suing you guys who put my pictures in AI. Like you put my picture in the AI on a golf course. I'm going to trademark my name, my likeness.
I just found a picture and posted it. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm going to get my own NIL deal. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm about to do.
Listen, we had a nice agreement in our pre-production meeting. Said, hey, we're going to talk about the unions and the strength of the unions. And look, we 7 minutes in. 12 minutes. We already off the rail. Well, we off the rail now 5 minutes in. We can't help ourselves. But that's okay. So I do want to keep talking about the union. Right? So one of the things that came up yesterday was, was Chris
Johnson.
Chris Johnson, former running back for the Tennessee Titans, right? CJ2K, right? Chris Johnson, 2,000 yards rushing. Great player. Came out that he has ALS at 39 years old. There's a lot of talk right now about, wait a minute, people are ignoring the challenges of NFL, what's going on and all that. We're ignoring that, right? And to a point, NFL is ignoring it because, again, they've been allowed to do that because they're dealing with the weakest union. This man is 39 years old, and I hadn't heard much about Chris Johnson at all. I was thinking he's just doing his own thing, and seeing that's sad, right? But here's the problem for him: Chris Johnson has been retired for more than 5 years, Reggie, which means he is no longer eligible for health care from the NFL. So now he has a pre-existing condition. And I don't know what his rates are, and I don't know if he's got a friend that's an agent that can get him hooked up. But after 5 years of your post NFL career, you are no longer eligible for the health care for the NFL. You got to get your own, right? Yeah. So right now, Chris Johnson, praying for him, hoping that there's a miracle that can be had, or at worst case, an ability for him to live out his life as strong and best as he can. But the problem is you got a pre-existing condition. The NFL is there is no responsibility to look out for you. That's why I get on the union. Everybody trying to get there. Let me get mine. But the other problem with that is you're talking about 53 players, Reggie. Mm-hmm. Think about, I just talked about, in baseball, you got 26 on a roster. You got double that in the NFL, and you got careers that are 3.3 years in average. So guys are saying, I'm getting mine because I'm going to be out in 6-7 years or whatever the case may be. I think that's a part of the issue as well. Guys, the shelf life isn't there.
I don't have a problem with a guy in the NFL getting paid right now. If you what you're telling me is they don't have any health insurance after 5 years, I would probably start my own when I'm making these millions or whatever. It's probably affecting the players that don't make the millions. They're there for a year or two. They can't afford to go out and get their own health care after 5 years. But the NFL is more rugged than the hockey. I need to know what hockey's insurance plan is. I work at Rolls Royce. I'm a UAW member, and I have great health care, and I always admire people that have to pay for their health care because I don't. You mean to tell me that these sports leagues, the billions that the NBA is making, Major League Baseball is making, and that what's the other one I left out? NFL, NBA, NFL. What is that one I left out?
NFL, MLB, and
that you cannot come up with some kind of comprehensive plan for your players. A lot of companies make you pay for your health care, where they may pay $400 a month for a family of four, which is kind of high, I think, in my book. But you can come up with some kind of family plan for some of these players where they can be insured after their career and carries on. When I retire from Rolls Royce, my insurance carries on. They cut me off at 65, made me go to Medicare.
So you got 1 year left.
I'm not that old now, so they cut me off, and I had to get a supplement insurance to cover my 20%. But hey, guess what the UAW did? They negotiated where they would reimburse me that 20%, so I'm at 100% with the government. There's got to be some kind of way for these NFL players, they're going through these head traumas and all these injuries, to have some kind of insurance company from these billionaires. People are mad about the players of all leagues being millionaires. It's the billionaires who I don't feel sorry for, who are making all the money instead of trying to get over. All the TV revenue, all that.
Think about this. You got an owner who has a salary. I just talked about salary cap, $200 million a year, just for salaries. Imagine what that owner is making, and you don't see one person, one drop, one drip. Oh, these owners are making too much money. It's always about the little man, and that's the dynamic we're in today. Oh, we're worried about someone with welfare fraud, a couple $1,000, but you got these politicians with salaries less than $200,000 or multimillionaires. How'd that happen?
I'm surprised you're talking politics because you
no,
usually don't do that.
No, it's not. No, it's not. This is about a comparison. So you're talking about billionaires. You're mad about little Johnny over here getting a couple thousand, but you got billionaires out there getting tips on stocks and all these things like that, and you're sitting there complaining about it. We're complaining about the wrong thing.
Exactly.
The wrong thing. It's
millionaires. Politicians have the poor people fighting among themselves so that they can stay rich. If you keep them dumb and fighting among themselves, they ain't gonna worry about how many billions of dollars you are making. And that's pretty much what it is.
And I'm correlating it to the sports leagues. Mm-hmm. Because you got your Tom Brady's of the world, a $40 million signing bonus, and whatever the case may be. That he's got his. But Johnny, who's the cornerback who's still looking for a job to play for the Colts? Mm-hmm. He's looking for a job still. What's the guy who agreed with the Colts to part ways? I don't know his name.
Yeah. The corner.
Kenny Moore. He's looking for a job, Reggie, and he can play.
Yeah. He's gonna be on the team. Man.
I ain't talking about what he's gonna be. You don't know that. Hell, maybe go somewhere, sign a whopping 1 year, $3 million deal. Okay, half of that's taxes. Then you got your agent. Oh, now you got about $1.5 million. Oh, that sounds good. No, that's not okay. And that's what I'm saying. That we're worried about the wrong thing. Oh man, these guys are paying too much money. Not these guys. You got that high end part that gets that money, and then you got a lot of guys in that low to middling part who don't have the long career. That's all I'm saying. And to that point, the solution is education. That's the solution. These players got to be educated and understand. Stop your first contract going out buying that big diamond watch, those big chains. You better be smart. They got these symposiums, right? The NFL symposium every year for the draft. They talk about drugs, women, jewelry, car, all these things. They say half them guys be in their sleep. They say half them guys be in their sleep. So
You got some inside. You got some inside information.
well, a little bit, but I ain't gonna get all into it. But they have them sleep, man.
Uh,
But why? They don't want to hear that. That's why, Reggie.
mm-hmm.
You know why? Because I'm on social media. I've got my bling, and that's what matters. Everybody saying, "Ooh, look at that chain, boy. That's wet," or whatever the dynamic they say nowadays. I don't care about that. I swear, I'm going to Sam's Club buying my teacher jeans and my shirts and saying, you can laugh all you want. I ain't paying no $200 for a pair of pants. You got your mind.
So there was one NFL player or NBA player said that he had every money that he had made off of his contracts, and he spent his
Well, that Ocho Cinco. That was Ocho Cinco.
Yes.
That's one.
They say he tight. They say he tight. They say that's what women don't want to marry him because he don't want to give them no prenups or nothing.
But listen, Reggie, that's one. That's one.
Yeah.
There's 53 players on each team, and there's 32 teams in the league, Reggie.
Yeah, I'm sure there's more players that are still rich, and then there's some that have fell off. I'm sure. Yeah.
I bet you less than 10% of the players spend like Ocho Cinco.
Oh yeah. But some of them getting smart. I saw Tyrese Halliburton in the NBA. He said he had a Rolls Royce and he drove it a few times. He's like, why am I paying the lease on this car? I don't even drive it that much. And he took it back. He took it back.
I mean, listen, when you make a lot of bad decisions. We both made a lot of bad decisions, and when we're at the Pacers game, we talk about those bad decisions we made when we were in our 20s. But
yeah, my bad decision was sitting next to you because you never buy the beer with your old alligator arms. You never grab the beers. That's what you do.
Hey,
alligator arms.
I know for a fact I pay just as much as you do, but that's okay because I'm the one. But don't forget this: I pick you up at the church and save you parking money, save you gas money. That's right. So now,
but you ain't paying for parking. But
that's right. I'm not.
We ain't gonna talk about it.
It's my benefit.
We're gonna talk about that.
But it's my benefit. I don't have to pay for parking because I cut it like that, and you don't either. As long as you with me.
I got to move my seats away from you. After all these years, I've got to move my seats.
But to that point, Beast Mode, great point, pimp. Beast Mode from Seattle, same thing. He didn't spend his money either, right? Play with the Raiders and all of that. But that's few and obviously started with Buffalo, but that's few and far between, man. These guys, and the answer to the question earlier is education, man. It can't. It's too cool to go out there with these necklaces. You see these guys blinged out, man. Like, what the hell is all of this for? So you can get robbed. Now, let me pitch it over. Terrion Arnold, defensive back for the Detroit Lions. In jail in Tampa, where my boy is right now, where Carlos is, up for kidnapping and something else. $1 million bond got cut by the Detroit Lions. Why? Because they stole $100,000 in cash and they say almost $200,000 in jewelry. Mm-hmm. People know what you're doing, so guess what? You got the wrong people. So now,
I thought he had got robbed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And he went back to go get them. He went back to go get it, but he went for the wrong people.
Yeah. That's
so
what
now I heard. He's cut from his team. For all intents and purposes, a really good young man. Really good young man. One bad decision. Mm-hmm. You're out of the league, but you looking for that $100,000 in cash. You got this jewelry. Now you're looking. Mm-hmm. So something's got to be done. If it's just like my kid Ruggs that hit the young lady and killed her and her dog in Vegas, going 158 miles an hour.
Right.
I mean, something's got to get to you. You're not invincible, right? And when you become, think about Chris Johnson, 39, brother, 39 years old.
But you as an old man, we all done made some life choices as a young one. But when you rich and making these life choices, you got to make better decisions,
brother. Because it's more impactful, right?
Yes,
it's more impactful. We're hundredaires. We can make a couple $100 back up next paycheck. But these
you guys, 100 are. I'm only a $10 heir. You 100.
Hey, you went out there swinging them golf clubs, doggone 5 times a week, man. I don't hear that mess. Hey, I talked to the missus. She showed me your bank account. Let me show you this. Okay. I'm gonna have to start making him buy more beer.
Whatever.
But it just we talk about education, and I'm going around about that, but it's important, man. There's too much stuff going on. It's way too much going on right now, and these unions got to do a better job of supporting their players. Because while your union president is going to be gone in 20 years, the players are going to keep coming. You got to keep these guys being educated.
I'm almost surprised that the coaches don't have a union president. I found out there's also an NFL coach that took a 1-year contract. Bad notice. I don't know why, if you any upper sports league coach, you would take a 1-year contract. I do not understand that. The players that can believe in you, because you can be gone the next year. I just do not understand. Ain't no way. You don't want me, man. I'll keep being an assistant over here. But that 1-year contract.
Let me tell you something. He took the coaches back to the Harriet Tubman days. This dude signed a 1-year deal with a 2-year option for the team. So remind you, you made all these moves. So we're gonna pivot to the NBA. You made these moves. You're gonna put Scoot Henderson on the bench, who's in a contract year to get an extension coming up. You got a washed Damian Lillard. You got a washed Ja Morant. And I don't care what y'all say about, Ja Morant. This ain't Ja 2021. This is Ja 2020. It's gonna be 2026, 2027. 2 years of injuries, suspension, and the team that had him, everybody in the league said, if you want us to take Ja, you need to attach draft picks. The only team that didn't do that was Portland. You know why? Because Portland, their owner wants to get up out of Portland. He don't want to be there, and that's another move. He realizes, listen, I get this bum, I'm gonna get him over here. We're not giving up no picks. We're just taking and give away our best forward that we got, Jeremy Grant.
Because he don't want to pay. He don't want to. But I'm looking right here though. Just breaking news: Robert Williams III just signed with the Trailblazers for a $44 million extension.
Yeah.
So he's making all these moves. He's bringing in all these guards. Some of these moves I'm not understanding.
Robert Williams is Robert Williams is center, and that's a good deal.
But I'm talking about he got Scoot. He got Ja now. He has
Damian Lillard. You got Damian Lillard as well too. So
he got Drew Holiday too. Yeah, you got Drew Holiday.
So 2 of those 4 guys gonna be coming off the bench. You got an all defensive player, right? And Drew Holiday. You got Ja Morant. You got Damian Lillard, who's been a Portland guy. Then you got Scoot Henderson, who's coming up on a contract year next year. But yet we're acting as though Memphis got had. Memphis took Portland to the cleaners.
To the cleaners.
And by the way, they gave up the cash considerations was $1 million. Rick.
$1 million. I saw that.
Man, come on. You got that in your cushions at home.
Hey man, I'm the king of trolls because I troll rich people, man. Never forget that, okay?
Hey, I get you. But it's tough, right? So you see that, you say, they got 4 guards. Now mind you, Drew Holiday just 2 years ago was at the Olympics, right? Top 12. Remember his teammate didn't get there. The better player. Yeah. Yeah. You're following, but yet you got 4 guards. You're gonna do the old school Bobby Knight, do the 4-guard lineup. This ain't 1980s college.
Not in the West, as big as these teams are. I mean, golly, you're gonna get killed.
Hey, they talking about Dame salary. We know Dame's salary ain't the issue because Milwaukee paying $22 million of that 39. So it ain't about the salary, and he can't play. He came out for the Achilles injury. He was on a downtrend. You got old and washed up with Golden State. Hell, you're in the same boat with Portland.
Hey, I see my college roommate Lee done chimed in. Look, Lee, there's a lot of breaking news going on, so I'm going to be looking to the left a little bit at my dual screen because I don't have a teleprompter. I don't want to hear no mess, Lee. I don't want to hear no mess, Lee.
Lee, he's got the okay on this.
I'm listening. I got a headset on.
But think about that to this point, man. We got people sitting there saying, oh, my God, why did Memphis only get that for a job? No one wanted him. They were gonna, if they couldn't have traded him to Portland, you know what they were gonna do? They were gonna buy him out, bro. They were gonna buy him out.
Yes,
they were gonna buy him out.
But Grant is a good power forward.
He's a very good player.
I wouldn't mind having him in Indiana. He's a great player, man. Yeah.
Well, don't say great. I know we use the word great.
I mean, good. Okay.
Very good. Very, very
serviceable.
Good.
Serviceable.
Yeah. So the challenge with that is, you got people thinking this is Dame of 2021, and they got and also Lillard of 2014. Sorry, y'all, 2014 ain't here.
Hey, man. So let's since we have switched from Union Sports Talk, me and you agree, and I hate agreeing with you, that Major League Baseball is the first, is the strongest union.
Yeah.
Then I probably go to NBA. Then I probably go to NFL. No, I go to hockey.
Then NFL. NFL's the worst by far. I mean, I've been beating up the NFL, man, for the whole time we've been doing this show since last year. I mean, it gets kind of tired, like being a bully to the NFL, because they can't help themselves. You know what they say? It's an honor and a privilege to be an NFL player. Look up the word privilege, Reggie. No players, they work their asses off. They ain't You know what privilege is? Privilege is being born on third base by a rich daddy who you don't have to do anything for. These guys ain't privileged.
Or who gets you signed onto the same basketball team that he's on.
I knew that was coming. That's a privilege. But you know what? I'm okay with that privilege. Because if the Tornado was a player that was in the NBA, I'd do the same thing with Tornado.
Hey, man, I do the same thing. Hey, man, part of the reason I got on that Rolls Royce, I mean, I am a smart guy, and I do have an electron engineering technology degree. But, hey, my daddy was out there. My dumb uncle, that's not your uncle, Johnny Sykes, is out there.
Hey, listen, man.
I had about 10 relatives out there.
See, you keep.
Hey, man, he ain't your uncle, man.
We're going to talk about this.
He ain't your uncle. He about to get kicked out the family. About to kick him out the family.
He's going to be kicked out the family. But to that point, you're right. Back in the day, man, when they get you on at the plant, somebody else is coming. My dad got so many people on that General Motors truck and bus. It wasn't even funny.
Yes.
And it just happened, man. It just happened, and that's okay. Because you're setting the pathway for your lineage, right? For your son, your children. Unfortunately, the way things are working now, those kind of times are drying up a little bit.
Right? They're drying up a little bit. They're driving out a lot. What are you talking about? It's getting ridiculous out there. So you can't do any of that anymore.
But good for you being there. I'm glad that they got you out of the streets, man. Your daddy got you out of the streets, man. Because you was a Rolling Stone, boy. I don't know what you've been doing. And Papa Sykes got you up.
I have never in life been in the streets, man.
Over the Penn liquor store over there with Craig over on 38th.
I have never in life. I didn't drink Mall Dog with you and our boy and stuff. Y'all drunk Mall Dog. So that's pretty bad. But hey, enough of the union talk. Let's get on the NBA, man. Let's do this. Man, let me tell you something, man, that's really crazy to me, man. Is that Golden State would try to put the walking wounded together. I don't think it's gonna work. Why in the hell would you want AD? First, I'm gonna name of players, not just Golden State. There's a group of players out here that only play 50 to 70 games a year. I wouldn't want Kawhi Leonard at that price. I wouldn't want AD at that price. Brother.
They got Dick, Ingram, 2 number ones, and a pick swap for him, man. Basically, what the Clippers did. The Clippers did to Toronto.
Golden State got AD?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. We're talking about Kawhi. You said Kawhi.
Yeah. I said Leonard, but I said AD too. Okay, I thought somebody had me confused there. But right. No, go ahead. No. I didn't see what they got. Tell me what they got, Bomb. Tell me what they got. Tell me what they got, Bomb. I'm looking at it now.
Brandon Ingram. They got Grady Dick, your favorite. You love Dick. You love Grady Dick. They got two or three number ones, and they got a pick swap. What they did to Toronto is what OKC did to them.
Yes.
They got their get back.
Yes. And what I'm hearing is the Clippers didn't offer him my extension. That's why he was mad and wanted out. I can't believe him and James are mad about these extensions and wanting me out after all the money they made. At least James has been durable, somewhat durable.
Hey, look, Nate Brown said a healthy AD is a beast. Man, this ain't Kentucky. He ain't been healthy since he was in Kentucky.
Who Who said he was
Hey, my boy Nate Brown said that. Hey, you know Nate Brown, nothing but love, man. Come on. Hey, this ain't Kentucky, bro. He ain't been healthy.
Hey man, I be wearing Nate's butt out in chess online, so I'm gonna take his opinion very lightly because he's also a Cowboys fan with all the dust on them rings. So yeah, I know he played basketball for Broad Ripple and he was pretty good and everything back in the day. But Warren Central did beat Broad Ripple in '86, from what I remember. Yes, I remember that.
Ripple was #1 the whole season until they ran across my boys Dwayne Fuchs and Craig Looper and took care of business. You know, we can talk about that all day long. Doug C all day. But the point, man, it's funny. People like now all of a sudden, hey man, AD, bro, this ain't Kentucky though, man. I think the last year he was healthy was realistically though the 2020 season when they won the bubble title.
Man, I just wouldn't want. These are players that are great when they're healthy, but you don't know if they're healthy or not. I wouldn't want Leonard. I wouldn't want AD. There's a couple other players out here I wouldn't want. Paul George, because their injuries.
They're aging too. They're aging too, Reggie. They're not recuperating and healing like a 25-year-old guy. These guys are plus 30. You're talking about, and AD maybe just over 30. He's the youngest of the group.
And I cannot believe that Bradley Beal opted out of his contract with the Clippers. They're trying to go to the well, somebody's still paying his salary too.
Yeah, Phoenix.
Phoenix still paying his salary. Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm not going. If somebody pick me up, that's cool. They don't. I'd be playing for rings. So yeah.
Hey, he's right. Leonard was healthy for the most part last season. He was. He played at the MVP level. That's what Nate said. Nate's on it. Hey, I gotta connect with Nate. Nate knows his hoop, man. But he was right. But the fear is. Now he's a 34-year-old guy going into another season, and he's going to sign an extension. Remember, he didn't want to go anywhere unless they agreed to sign him an extension. Sort of like the Harden deal. Yeah. Nate, I didn't know you. I'm sorry, man. You went to question. We'll talk. We got to get Nate on the call, man.
Yeah, you don't know nobody. You don't know nobody. So that I'm used to that. I'm tired of you asking me people. Where are you conversating? I'm not seeing a conversation on YouTube. Where are you conversating on?
It's a private conversation. You can't be in it. It's grown ups in this one. You're at the kids table, so you just stay at the kids table. I just see my commentary. Nate, I got you. We're gonna have to connect, bro, for sure.
Yeah.
But going back to your trades, right? What do you think about? I know you and I haven't really gotten on it in a big way. What do you think about the big picture with that Giannis trade to Miami? I know we talked a little bit about it, but we didn't get it heavy.
To me, Milwaukee is getting over on Miami Heat. You know, people always want to talk about Pat Riley. He makes a trade. The first year it doesn't work. The second year he wins a championship. I don't see this working out because I'm going to use your favorite saying. The Greek Freak has 34-year-old legs. When was the last time he played a complete season? You traded away half the team around him. And I know people saying, well, Pat's good at bringing in shooters and bringing in other players. Hey, everybody's trying to win a championship right now, and everybody's more than likely, because of how the contracts are structured, are trying to re-sign their own people. That's why Durlin and the center from Utah are not going anywhere, because they're restricted free agents.
Right.
Okay, so you keep pushing on those people.
They got to sign already. They still got to sign.
But the teams get the right to match any offer that they get.
Right.
Detroit is not.
And that's true. That's true, right? But here's the thing. What Duran is saying is this. They're so far apart. He basically what he said was, I'm done. I don't want to be there. Now, granted, that's talk, and that's not anything in contract.
He don't have a choice. He's restricted.
Listen to what I'm saying. Based off the collective bargaining for the NBA, he is eligible for a supermax contract because he was all NBA, Reggie. This dude, this dude is saying, I'm all NBA. I got money here, right? Mm-hmm. And what they're saying is, no, you got to come back to about here. Whatever that number is, he feels slighted because he is eligible for the supermax, and he's right. He's eligible for the supermax. But when we talk about short memories, we remember the 6-game series that they played, the 7-game series they played against Cleveland, where he couldn't get off the bench in the second half.
Yeah,
that's what they remember.
That's the team you, Isaiah, Ramon picked to beat the Cavs, and that's when the King of Trolls was right, Isaiah. I see you chiming in the chat, Isaiah. Go ahead and say the King of Trolls was right. Scott Nichols, go ahead and say King Charles was right. Ramon Starr said King Charles was
right. Let me say something real quick. Although I was right. Listen, either LeBron was staying or he was going 50-50. I don't want to hear that shit. I was right. You got a 50-50 chance. So what?
He didn't know he was leaving.
Go play the lottery. If you so damn right, Isaiah, go play the lottery and tell me how those tickets turn out tomorrow.
But our good friend and friend of the show, Brandon Reef, Crossroads Sports, he said he had made a bet before it was announced that.
And I tell you, he sure did. See,
he said they pulled it. What do you mean they pulled it?
You can't. They took out the table. They took out the table. Yeah, absolutely.
You can't take out. I tried to make that bet, and you didn't give me my odds. You can't, man. I'm suing them.
We're the NFL players in this case. We ain't got a choice. You ain't got a choice. It don't matter. It don't matter. You ain't got a choice. But to the point, Brandon did, and he shot me that note. He said, "I'm glad I got in there." But I was like, "Oh, they're gonna probably pull that." Sure as nothing. They absolutely did.
I did not know they pulled. He said they pulled those odds and then they reset them once the news came out. So now he's at minus 300 on that. So he's not going to get the amount of money that he was going to get.
Yeah, they adjust the odds, right? Yeah. So again, they ain't in money to lose. They ain't in business to lose money, man. They try to make that money, and I didn't get in on it because I was busy working. My dumb butt. You've been slacking off like you.
I was trying to save the James news for last and go to Golden State, but everybody's in the comments.
What about Ball? We got. It's more than. Listen.
Ball, go ahead. Yeah, let's go Melo Ball. We can go the show.
Going to Minnesota, right? My co-host said, "Man, I don't know about this trade for Charlotte." And I said, "You buy low and you sell high." And they sold as high as you're gonna get on LaMelo Ball. Last year, he scored an average of 25 points a game, and they won, I think, 31 games or something like that. This year, 20 points a game, won additional 14 or 15 games. In the play-in, the team turned around. LaMelo Ball is not going to peak. He's at his peak. He's at his peak. You got Naj Reid, you got a first-round pick, and you unloaded that salary because, again, in 2 years, he's going to be up for another deal. Naj Reid's got 4 years left at 23, 25, 27, and 29. And they signed Kobe White to a 3-year, $74 million deal.
And to me,
I like what Charlotte did.
And to me, this makes Minnesota a smaller team. I mean, your defense, you got Gobert, Ruder, or the French guy in the middle, whatever there, Gobert, the yogurt guy, whatever, the French guy, you know who I'm talking about in the middle, that's, a pretty good defensive player. But Melo plays no defense. They go by him. There's only one player that I know is worse at defense than Melo, and that's Caitlin Clark. They go by her like crazy too. And I don't understand why Minnesota, I don't know if they're trying to sell star power to try to recruit some other players. I don't know their salary cap situation.
Well, they don't want to lose Ant, man. They don't want to lose Ant. So they figure that we got to do something.
To me, they're losing in this bet. They're not going to make the Western. I'll take a bet right now saying they won't make it to the Western Conference Finals next year.
No, I don't think they'll make it to the Western Conference Finals. But if there's room to make another move, you can take it. Remember, they offed Julius Randle for a bag of peanuts and some Tic Tacs, right? So that was that salary piece that they were able to create to get Ball over there. And again, if you're their owner's another billionaire, he can go into the second apron to get another player if, in fact, it's the right guy.
I don't think any owner really wants to go in the second apron because that's going to cost you too much later on. It's going to cost you draft picks. Yep. It's going to cost you doing trades 1-for-1. It limits you too much. The billionaires can afford to pay it. Well, some of these teams, like the Dodgers, they would go ahead and pay this money. The Knicks or whoever, the Lakers, whoever, the rich teams would go ahead and pay this money into the second apron if it wouldn't hinder them so far down the line. Going to the second apron costs you a lot of money.
If you don't have Ant, you ain't got nothing anyway. So if Ant leaves, what your cupboard's bare, brother.
And the best you can do is bring in Melo to help you keep Ant.
Remember, it's salaries matter. Granted, they signed DeSumo to a 4-year deal. That was really tricky to me. They signed DeSumo to a 4-year deal. You bring in Ball, and now you have DeSumo coming off the bench as probably your sixth man. But that's going to be tough because Ball, he was healthy last season, played 72 games. He only played, I want to say, average 29 or 30 minutes a game.
Yeah.
So
To be a young guy, he's not one of those players that doesn't completely play the whole season.
Yeah. But last year, like I said, he played 72 games.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. Buy low, sell high. He ain't gonna get no higher than that.
And I think Melo's contract is due, isn't it? I think that's
it's
due.
I think he got next summer. He's due for an extension. He's eligible for an extension.
Okay.
And again, like I said, buy low, sell high, and I think that's what they did. I like what Charlotte's done. Naz Reid, he replaced Bridges. He's better at Bridges than everything, except for lobs, and that's fine. Remember lobs are 2, right? Naz Reid's he's gonna park in that corner, and he's gonna hit about 38% from 3.
I can agree with you.
Yeah, so I like what Charlotte did, man. A lot of people are scoffing at him. Oh man, ball. Okay, ball. That's fine. And then they turn around and they trade Bridges for Grayson Allen, Royce O'Neal, and a 2013 pick, right? Now, granted, they had to give up a pick as well, but I like that too because now they add some depth. I don't like Grayson Allen, but he's a good player.
He's a decent player.
He's good.
He's serviceable.
He's not tripping people and dropping elbows on throats and stuff like that. And Royce O'Neal is a serviceable forward. So they got depth because here's the deal. It's going to be Brandon Miller's team anyway.
Okay.
Be ready for takeoff, Brandon Miller. For them, man. Him and Con Knipple. This is going to be their team. And Brandon Miller is eligible for an extension next season. He's going to get probably 40 to 45 a year.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the thing. It opens up the doors for Brandon Miller to again, this dude, man, he's a young version of what I saw in Paul George when he was here in Indiana.
I can't believe what just came across my screen. It says Simmons prepares for a return to the NBA. It must gonna be at a veteran minimum if he gets on somewhere.
Bro, come on. Ben Simmons, we talking. I mean, are we scraping the barrel already? Ben Simmons, come on, man. Lord have mercy. But hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about I know you want to get to it, so I'm gonna go ahead and get to it. Go to
Golden State first. Go to Golden State first before James.
He's a part of that, right? That conversation. What do you think about what's happening? What's looked like is transpiring with Golden State? You got Curry begging another superstar to come to Golden State. This isn't his first time. It's his second time.
I don't think it's Curry begging. I think it's Green begging. Green the one who opted out of his contract. Green opted out of his contract. He opted out of it.
It was $27 million.
He opted out of it to give them room.
I know that, but come on, man. This is Curry's draft. They've been talking about this for weeks.
Hey, man.
Come on, man.
To me, it makes no sense.
First of all, I love giving Green credit. He gets credit for triple singles and choking people. That's what he gets credit.
Now I knew you're a lot of bias and hate for Green.
You want to brought him up? I didn't bring him up.
I brought him up, but you didn't went on a rant.
Because you're out your damn mind. Is Curry one begging? Just like they begged KD, him, Thompson, and the Saginaw Strangler when KD came. Same thing. Now, but here's the deal. Everybody wants to give KD hell. Everybody wants to give Bron hell. When we gonna start giving the light-skinned dude hell?
Hey, why you hating on the light-skinned dudes, man?
In his career, he's missed the playoffs 7 times, Reggie. Clip that.
Who?
Curry, your boy.
Yeah, 7 times. How many times has he beat James for the chip? I just asked a question.
Dude.
I just asked a question. That's all. I just asked a question. I don't know why you want to hate on Curry. Curry's been a great player. He's been a one team.
Why you hating on LeBron James? He's been a great player, a great ambassador for the game. Y'all love him, right?
Who love him?
Listen, I'm talking about Curry. Don't be trying to deflect. The dude, this is his second superstar he's begged to come to Golden State. Time for him to get some heat. Time for him to get some heat.
What people used to recruit players to come to play for their team. That never was a problem back in the day.
We're talking about specific players.
I'm saying great players have recruited players to come play with them.
You know how much hell KD caught going to Golden State. You know how much.
I'm talking about back in the day, in the 90s and 80s. Players would come and play with other great players, but that superstar would stay on that team. Moses Malone going to play with Dr. J. I'm sure Dr. J had a talk with him. Great players have left teams and went to play with other superstars.
So hold on. So you're saying this on the recording, so you ain't gonna bring it up no more, is what you're telling me.
What I'm just saying.
Are you going to bring it? You tell me we can't bring it up anymore because great players back in the 80s and 90s they did it. Not even close to the extent they're doing.
I'm just saying. Curry's situation and James' situation are different. James will leave and go join players to try to win a championship. Curry's never left Golden State.
Right, because he begged star players to come to Golden State. Exactly. You make my point. He'd only have 2 titles if it wasn't for KD.
Hey, man, I knew your trolling ass was going to get on my bad side sooner or later and go off on a rant and go off on some BS and everything.
Just because they both talk about
no, that ain't the truth. It ain't the truth. It's 2 different things. You comparing apples to oranges. That's exactly what you're doing.
So, James, what's the difference then? I said Curry. I didn't say nothing about James. I said Curry has been 2 superstars.
That's just like Tyrese Halliburton talking to players trying to get them to come to the Pacers.
Okay,
that's how Curry did.
Fine, you got me distracted. Oh, let's talk about tennis right now, since you definitely trying to give me. Oh man, did you see Serena get beat today?
I did, and I was happy to see how she played and moved. I think she's still gonna come back. To say she ain't played in 4 years, we're going back to the subject though. But I was gonna bring that up anyway. But since you brought it up anyway,
she did a great job. Distract me any damn way.
I ain't trying to distract you.
I said simple. Curry has begged 2 superstars to come play for him. And you said, well, back in the 80s, I ain't talking about back in the 80s. I'm talking about.
I didn't say he begged anybody. I'm not saying. If you want to say he begged, but I ain't saying he begged.
What would you say? What would you say it is then? Ask nicely?
Whatever.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. So you want to talk about the World Cup?
Nah, I don't want to go. Hey, let's go back to the NBA. Let's go back to Golden State. Why they want to bring in all these old players anyway and not have a bench when these old players get hurt, so they still going to be at the bottom of the list. Just like I think Miami and Heat, people got them at 5th best odds to win the East. Nah, they're going to be at the bottom of the list too. So I'm just amazed at these high salary people.
That's not 8. You know what? You there's got to be a mirror up there because you just talking yourself. You saying this, then you flip it around. It's you. That's not hate?
How am I hating, man? We're doing a podcast. How am I hating? I don't hate. I troll. That's what I do. And you'll know when I troll. Right now, I ain't trolling or hating. So right, let's get straight. So
you saying Miami won't be 5th in the East? Is what you saying? It'll be 5th or worse? Is what you telling me?
That's my opinion. That's my unbiased opinion. Okay.
It's
just
unbiased.
Like I said, Golden State. If they get these players in, I don't think they're going to get AD because of salary restrictions, but they may get James in. And who else were they talking about being? They re-signed Porzingis, the big guy. Who else were they talking about bringing in and bring?
They have Porzingis. They're talking about Davis. They're talking about Bron.
Davis ain't coming. Davis ain't coming. LeBron. I still think that they're not. They're going to be a whole bunch of old guys, and the run those young guys are going to be running them. The OKCs and San Antonio's, they're going to run them to death. And those old guys only going to be able to play 50 games. Curry has had his own injury problems also. So, I mean, about the last 2 years. So, I just don't see these moves for these veteran players who are the walking injury. Man, don't be putting up stuff. What did Nate say about me now?
No. He didn't say anything about you. Stop being so sensitive. What he said was Curry won without them all. He's the only one that can say that. And I give him credit. I give him. Right. You gotta get credit where it's due, but also too, I'm gonna blast you when you need to be blasted as well too. Nate said Turner. Is that Miles Turner going to the Lakers? Is that they're preparing for? Again, there's been a lot of talk about who are the Lakers going to get as that 3rd player, right? That Bron is gone, right? They need a big man. They need a center, right? There's been talk about Miles Turner coming. There was talk about Robert Williams, but he signed with Portland now. There's also talk about
the center out of Utah, Kelsey.
Walker Kessler. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't know what they might do. I think Turner would be a better fit for what the Lakers have. Because I'm telling you now, Luka and AR-15. I've said this in every show. I'm gonna say it again. They allow 49% field goal percentage when guards they're guarding. You better find somebody to play some defense. Because I'm telling you, them 2 ain't playing no defense.
I can't believe that the true Laker fans are actually happy that James is leaving.
Oh, I can believe it. I haven't seen one real Lakers.
He was a good defensive player though.
Who?
He was a good defensive. James was a good defensive.
Who?
Not his son. James was a good defensive player.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. All right. Fair enough.
You don't think he was a good player defensively?
I won't go down that path. No, I don't. But I'm not gonna go down that path. What I'm gonna tell you is this. You know, getting back to Lakers, they gotta find somebody to play some defense. Because I'm telling you this, those two ain't playing any defense. And here's the problem: you got annual salary about $92 million for those two guys. Salary cap's $169 million. You better find somebody. Your boy Rudy Gobert, go Gould. You better find somebody.
Younger.
Because they gonna get ran out the gym.
Hey,
you better find somebody.
Brandon says go to bring on college football. Then he says Tim Hardaway Jr. just signs with the Miami Heat. That still don't mean anything to me.
I'm glad he did. I'm glad he did. But the thought about him coming to Indiana, I want him anyway.
No, he wasn't in discussion to come here, was he?
Yeah, he was.
Oh wow.
Follow Alex Golden.
Okay.
It's a good follow.
Okay.
But back to that point though, right? You know, they still gotta find somebody. And I see my boy Ramon chiming in talking about he's a Laker fan again. but real talk, I have not seen one real Laker fan, not Laker/Jane fan, not one real Laker fan not be ecstatic today. I've scoured the internet, and they're like, "Man, thank you. We can't believe you did this for us." I mean, you see my boy Lawrence McCain. He just like, he happy as I don't know what. So yeah, there's a lot of real Laker fans that are happy today. But I don't know how happy they're gonna be depending on what happens in this free agency deal. Because if they don't get somebody to protect their rim, it's gonna be turnstile city. You know, I'm just saying.
Hey man, a lot of these teams are going with. I would go with a youth movement. I wouldn't go with a player who is established but has an injury history in this day and time. Because these young players are proving that some of them can come in ready to play. I think AJ's going to come in Washington ready to play. There's a few top picks that I think are going to come in and be ready to play. If they don't start out playing.
Peterson's going to ball out in Utah. I just hope that, you know, whatever his issues were in Kansas are gone. Mm-hmm. You know, and you know, Nate said, "Listen, I'm gonna post it for you so you can see it." Nate said LBJ has sucked since in the last 6 years since the bubble. Well, the Lakers' new owner doesn't mind paying player because the owner is a part of the Dodgers ownership. I feel the same way now. I can return back to them. Joker is a season away.
Joker ain't coming to the Lakers. Joker ain't coming to the Lakers. But if he did,
I'm telling you, every real Laker fan is happy. You know, only people that are sad. LeBron Pons. They're all sassy, and now they know they gotta pack up their bags again.
And buy new jerseys. Hey, I wonder if they got.
Look, throw the stick on their shoulder.
Hey, I hope they got the trade in jerseys where they can trade it in if your player leaves and go to a different team. I mean, James has been a great player across the league. I hope he comes back to Cavs because I think the Pacers, we owe him a couple of ass whoopers, and I hope that ain't beat out. So I hope he come back to the Cavs. Pacers dominate the Cavs.
You remember back in the day when I used to troll? I do have a meme.
You still troll?
It's that, no, you don't. I don't troll. Don't even try. It has the Brown jersey and it's Velcro, and it said on the other side it has a bunch of teams, and you can take that team off and put it on the back. So here's my worry. I think that we got to take all the shoestrings away from the Braun Pond because they are not in a good way right now. So they've been talking all this stuff about Bronny, right? Oh, he can play. Let's see how well they support him now that his daddy is gone and he's in LA, right?
Did you tell me something that his contract just got guaranteed, or did somebody else tell me that?
His contract got guaranteed 10 minutes before Bron said, "Hey, y'all, I'm out." I want to hear from the Braun Ponds. Where are y'all going to go now? What are y'all going to do? Is there a group? Is there a support group Now I am trolling a little bit. Now I'll admit. Is there a support group for the Bron Ponds? I'm going to see what they got to say. I know what the real Laker fans are saying. What about what do you do? Do you pack up a soft bag, a soft luggage? Do you schedule a flight? Do you wait right now to see what's going on? What are the Bron Ponds doing right now?
Hey man.
I'm just saying.
You know what? They're gonna really have a heart attack if you go to Golden State because it used to always be Bron's better than Curry, Curry's better than Bron, and now they teaming up. They're gonna have a heart attack. They're gonna be like, I really don't still like Curry, but Bron's with Golden State, so I'm with Golden State. And they gonna go out and buy all this new gear and stuff. So yeah.
Hey, Nate just said Joker just declined his extension. That just means he's on a bigger deal. He'll be fine. He'll be all right next year.
Yeah, that was one of those wink deals. Denver is not letting Joker leave. That's a wink deal.
Yeah, so, I got to throw on that too. Hey, but speaking of wink deal, did we talk about Trae Young and that Fort Knox heist that he did with Washington? 4 years at 200.
Man, why do you hate short guards? You always got an issue with short guards. Other than Isaiah Thomas, you usually hate short guards. I don't understand that, man.
I said Trae Young.
I know, but I'm just asking you a question because Trae Young's a short guard.
He's also an overpaid guard. I don't give a damn how tall he is. He's an overpaid 6 foot, 170-pound, one-dimensional player that just fleeced the Washington Bullets for $43 million a year. No, I'm lying. No, I'm lying. I lied. No, $53 million a year. I'm sorry. I apologize. Yeah.
He isn't a great. He doesn't have a great assist ratio.
Hey, the hell with you, Ramon. I don't like dark-skinned short guards or light-skinned short guards. It don't matter. Hey, but no, real talk, man. Come on, man. We got to just call it like it is. So, okay, those of y'all that are watching. So, are any of you all Trae Young fans of that deal? 4 years, $212 million? Go in the comments. If you support that deal, chime in. And you can't be named Isaiah because he got to support anything because he's been on the Washington wagon for the last 6 months. So he got to double down on that. Somebody other than Isaiah, tell me if you like the Trae Young 4 years at $212 million. Tell me that.
Hey, later on when we get off, I'm going to do a poll question on Game Time Network on Facebook, and we're going to see how many people actually like that trade. I'll put it out there on Game Time Network. You said Trae Young, didn't you?
No, he was traded last year. I'm talking about the signing. Come on, man.
Said that's what I'm talking about. I'm going to put out a thing about the signing of Trae Young to this contract. Yes, no, was it a good deal? And I'm going to put it as a poll question.
Or you have to put the fourth one. Do you feel like somebody robbed Fort Knox? Ain't no way in hell, man. My goodness. 4 years at 200.
Hold on. We already an hour and 2 minutes in.
I'm done working. I'm working today. I started working at 6:30 this morning.
No. We hadn't bought up Brown. And why is he not getting offers and trade picks to come to teams? What's going on with that? What do you think about that?
Brown? Which Brown are you talking about? You talking about
Brown for Boston?
Well, they're talking. I mean, I don't know that somebody's ready to pull the trigger on, but it's gonna bring a lot of money, man. This ain't a LaMelo deal. This is 3 or 4 number 1 picks, man. Boston's not gonna get off of Brown for a bag of Doritos and a 40-ounce of malt liquor. No.
But what if he's an upset, degrunted player and
under contract? By the way, don't forget under contract.
Well, when I said the other players were under contract, Duran and the guy for Utah, that they're
but he's not under contract. That's totally different, Reggie. Jaylen Brown's got multiple years left on a current deal.
True.
Duran is up for he's a free agent, restricted.
Right. I know there's a difference.
There's a big difference.
But he doesn't have a say. He's talking to the Lakers and whoever else. Now
they give him permission to do that, Reggie.
Yes. But what I'm saying is Detroit and Utah are not going to let him go. They're going to match whatever. He's talking is fruitless because they're going to pay, and he's going to be back in Detroit. That's what I'm saying.
You know why you're wrong? Because there's going to be more money than Detroit offering him. So he's right, and that's going to be a win for him.
Well, Detroit ain't offering him. They have the right to offer him money. They have the right.
Reggie, listen. Hear me out. When they said you can go and talk to other teams, see what type of deal you can get contractually and also trade-wise. So then what happens is, then you say, okay, Detroit, you offered me, say, well, I don't know what it was, $40 million a year. He wanted 50 million. So then
Right.
Utah said, "Hey, we're going to go ahead and we're going to give you 4 years at 190. That's 45 million a year. Guess what? 180. Excuse me. That's 40. So now that's 5 million more than Detroit offered. So he wins, is what I'm saying.
I'm saying this Detroit. Don't they have the right to come back and match that offer sheet?
I just said they would match a bigger deal if Utah is saying we're going to offer you more.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying he's not going nowhere. You're not hearing me. He's going to be in Detroit.
Listen.
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't say he was. What I'm saying is the rubber's meeting the road because they're far apart, and the player still has the leverage. He still has leverage because he says, "I'm not signing that, and I want to be able to look at the team." They granted him the
and I don't think he has the leverage. You rib eater, you didn't have too much barbecue sauce on your ribs right now.
So how does he have leverage if he's talking
both of us are on the same page right now. You just saying that Detroit's not going to offer him that. I'm saying if Utah offers him a higher salary.
No, I said Detroit already made their offer. They've already made their offer.
Right, but they can match. They can go back and match whatever offer.
I didn't say they couldn't match it. What I'm saying is he's saying this is not good enough for me. I'm gonna look elsewhere. And you're right. It happens often.
Right.
I'm gonna give a few more million. Guess what? I'm gonna give an example. Here's a perfect example. Great. The center that played in Phoenix.
Alton. Yeah. I know you're talking about.
Ayton, DeAndre Ayton. I don't know why I couldn't remember his name.
Yes.
Pacers signed him to a deal. Phoenix went back and matched it. I get that. What I'm saying is, but that was a number, right? So he says, "I got this," because Phoenix wasn't offering him that much money. Ayton did it, and Duran's going to do the same thing. Is what I'm saying.
And that's what I'm saying, right?
But what I'm saying, he's going to win because he is getting more closer to the number he asked for.
Okay. I'm saying he's going to win, but I thought you were saying that he's not going to be back in Detroit. So that's a misunderstanding.
I think he's going to be back in Detroit because again, these teams give players an opportunity. Right on, Corey. You always got my back. You say, hey, listen, we ain't going to pay that. Let's see what the market said. Because they're going to see what the market said. If he comes back and doesn't have a deal bigger than that, they're going to well, take it or leave it.
Yeah, okay. Now we're on the same page. Because I thought all that barbecue sauce that went to your head. That you get on the ribs.
Because you can't hear. You don't listen well.
No.
You get in troll mode. You can't stop.
You need to clarify your thoughts more clearly so that you can understand that.
You can try to hate on me all you want. All you fake AI pictures and all that stuff like that. You can do all that
more ham. You eat more ham than a law.
All the things you want. You can hate all you want. Unc knows what's going on. That's why I'm being claimed, and that's why I'm gonna be there this weekend. That's right. Now what? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You ain't gonna see because guess what? You're gonna be getting beat by Al on the golf course, and I'm gonna be at Mama's house chilling and eating.
Al can't play this with his grandkids in town from Cincinnati.
I got to call him. He ain't came through on his commitment, by the way.
Hey, man, whatever, Charles.
Hey, any other deals been about on the? I'm giving you an opportunity to look at the other screen. This is for last week. I'm looking at my other screen. I'm looking
down, man.
Something like this.
I'm trying to look down. Nothing else came across my screen just yet, but I'm sure some more stuff out there.
Hey, Rick said we out to do y'all golf outing, man. We out to do y'all golf match.
That golf outing, I don't know when we're going to do that golf outing for charity that we do. I'm playing at Timbergate this Saturday.
I play there every now and then. It's nice. It's a nice spot.
Where's it located at?
On the golf course.
Where?
Next.
Where's Timbergate at?
I can't afford golf, man. I'm sorry. I ain't ashamed to say it. I can't afford golf, man.
Whatever, man.
Give me some pickleball.
Hey, Rafe. Hold on. He didn't say where I'm playing. He said, when are we doing our golf match?
Our golf match.
That's me playing here.
Outing is when you play. Don't you go out?
That's not an outing. That's not out. Hey, Rafe. I'm available. I get off work at 6 in the morning. I can be at the golf course by 9, 10 o'clock. Let's play somewhere close.
You take a toothbrush to work?
Just let me know.
You take a toothbrush to work?
I come home and brush my teeth.
To get the
change, put on my golf
to get the bourbon off your breath.
Man. Hey man, see you didn't went off. You didn't went off on a total tangent, man. You know off on total.
Hey, but so listen.
Hey, Rick, let's play next week, Rick, after 4th. So let me know your schedule and we can do it.
So what you tell me? There's no more moves that we've been talking about. We've been on.
I'm sure there are, but I'm not seeing them on ESPN right now. So other than people re-signing with the teams that they're with, I'm not really seeing anything. You know, the Raptors.
No move. Fair enough. No move. That's all good. It's all good. What else we got before we get up out of here? Then.
Hey man, let's talk what we always close the show with, man. Let's talk about men and their mental health and how important mental health is to men. Black men, white men, green men, but especially black men, because so much of a burden is put upon us and the world has tried to hold us down for so long. You know, your cause of speaking out for suicide prevention is very, very, very important, man.
I got to tell you, man. I got to tell you, right? So Molly connected with me last week. Kelsey connected us, and she said she wanted to do an expose. I thought she just wanted to just, talk, AFSP and that. And then she texted me. She says, I want to get your story on how suicide affected you. And I'm like, okay, I can do that. I'm thinking I can do that, right? So we got on, man. I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs, right? Because it was talking about, how affected me with Adam, losing Adam Louis in 2021. I talked to his mom today. I sent her the video, and she's happy as a lark, right? And she says, I wanted to make sure I asked her first before I sent it to her because I didn't know how she was going to respond. And she said, absolutely, Daryl, send it to me. And I sent it to her, man. And just to that point, right, there's a lot going on, in the mental health world. And a lot of people are being shamed. More and more people are being shamed now than ever, right? Because, you got to tough it out. We're a weak society. We got to be tough and all that. But between the ears, man, there's a lot going on that is distracting and painful for a lot of people. And one of the things that I've been talking about and championing is just that, man, talking through this stuff and finding somebody to leverage. One of the things Molly said to me was, well, what do you do in your situation when you dealt with someone, you're losing someone to suicide? How do you cope with that yourself? And I think I gave her a pretty simple answer for me. I go to help other people. Mm-hmm. We have fun. I clown and I get all fired up, veins pop in my forehead and all that. But when it comes to that, man, somebody needing help, I'm going to be right there on the forefront because I know the importance of being there for people and how I struggled when my dad was sick during COVID. Remember, Dad got sick, couldn't see him because of the quarantine deal. Then when I could see him, he had less than a week to go. And he passed on my birthday, which, people say, oh, that's a shame. But that was the best birthday I could have ever had because I spent pretty much the whole day with my dad. But the point being, I was struggling for a good while, man. And if I didn't have my little mamas, I don't know, what I would have been able to accomplish or be, because it was a big struggle, man. And this is before my connection with suicide prevention AFSP. This is in 2020. So yeah, man, it's an important deal. We're going to be doing more and more conversation about it. As I said before, on the Game Time Network site. Those of y'all who have not subscribed, and it's plenty of y'all haven't, I get it. Y'all see the video, subscribe, go to the page, and please look and see, because you got the Game Time stuff. You got pictures, got Ramon, myself, you got Isaiah, then a little bit further down, you got the AFSP stuff. You got to click the link for support, and then you got a donation button there as well. So, go take a look at what we're trying to do. It's not just sports we're talking about. We're going to take this thing to as big a heights as we possibly can. And I'm going to tell you this. I'm not saying it's because you paid me, but you did pay me handsomely for this, to say this. Hey, man, you speaking about this and highlighting our show and talking about it and tagging us has been great, man. It's been a big help. It's been a big push. And again, I think this monster we're trying to create is not going to be stopped. It's like a big semi truck rolling downhill. And thanks a lot to you, man. I really appreciate it.
No problem. But you know what? I always say about men mental health, it's also about women mental health. It's also about kids mental health. We got to be conscious of everybody. If somebody comes forward and asks us, just listen. I just need somebody to listen to, or just call and talk to me. You got to be able to do that, because you never know what a person's going to. You could miss out on an opportunity to help somebody save their life. And I think what you're doing, Bill Higgins and a few other people are doing with these organizations that are trying to help people with suicide prevention and their mental health, I think is a great thing to do because we know this world, this is a rough world, and it'll spit you up and chew you out. And sometimes you need some help. And I appreciate you, and I look up to you for doing. That's about the only thing I look up to you for is this.
But at least that, and I appreciate it. I'm gonna do a special shout out to my boy, my brother since I was 2 or 3 years old. Our mother was a best friend. That's Lamont Dwayne Caraway. Some of y'all call him Zeus Caraway. He's had some challenges, right? We've been chatting over the last couple of days. Lamont, hang in there. You got this. We're going to surround you. We're going to support you. We're going to have your back. You're not in this thing alone. No matter how dark it may seem, you're going to be okay, brother, because you're from the east side. You've been different, right? And Donna Jean wouldn't have it any other way. Clip that. So I want to make sure a special shout out to my boy Lamont Dwayne. Now, you want to talk about drinking Malt Duck? Now, if you want to talk about me drinking Malt Duck,
hold on. When you left for the Army, I was drinking with, when I came back here from Southern, I was drinking and hanging out with Zeus. I already know what Lamont Caraway do. I was coming over there seeing his mom and his brother and everything. We were hanging pretty tough. So I already know the stuff y'all drink. That's why y'all look old. That's why you look old. And I look so young, and I don't drink that Malt Duck. You know, I was high on the hog. I had to drink the Cavassiers and the Remy Martins.
But that's why I found you in West Montgomery Park on the park bench. I had to walk you home, though. That's the difference.
Whatever, man. Let's get out of here. Send that shout out to our sponsors.
Hey, appreciate the sponsors. We got, Matt Gaspin, State Farm Insurance, Wide to the Nines, and Lita and Matt at Bigsby Sports Grill. If y'all didn't hear me at the beginning of the show, we are doing a live show July 25th at Bigsby Sports Grill. We're going to give away Fever tickets. We're going to give away gear. We got a couple of surprise guests. I hope they can show up, and we're going to really have a whole lot of fun. Hey, and Nate said Alfred Amber Woods. Now we talking. We really need to talk.
Yeah, he was Amber Woods. You didn't remember that?
I don't remember that, Nate. We got to connect, Nate, because I was Amber Woods all day in 85 and 86. But anyway, another story. Hey, appreciate y'all watching. Come out to Bigsy's. It's going to be a fun show, 7 to 8 p.m. We're going to be live. We're going to be talking. We're going to do a little bit of trivia. They're going to have drink specials. The patio will be open. They got a big patio out there with a couple of big screen TVs out there, a couple of pool tables, dart games. So it's going to be fun, y'all. So come on out, spend some time with us. Appreciate the love, everybody. You all be safe. This is your boy D. Kai, singing for his boy Reggie, King of the Trolls, Sykes. Y'all be safe and take care.
Pacers!